All right, so since tonight is probably the last game, Josh said I could do the intro. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. It's been a great year, and we had a lot of new subscribers. We hit 1,000 subscribers this year, and I just can't wait for football, because I'm not really a violent guy, and this hockey with the fighting and the hitting and the sticks and the pucks, it's kind of violent. In football, they just run around playing patty cakes anyway. It's almost like football's for sissies now. Well, do you smell that? Do you feel it in the air? I can feel it in the air tonight. Pretty much, hockey season in a few hours is going to be over for this season. If Montreal decides to grace us with a Game 6 and we can all spend the next couple days pretending like something different is going to happen, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Let's just keep on making hockey videos. But I'm not. I'm preparing for this to be the last recap of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, what does Montreal have to do tonight? Well, the last game I said Price should have to be perfect. He wasn't, and they still won. And let's face it again, like I said, if Kucherov doesn't hit the post, you're not watching this video. You see what I'm saying? So, I believe that what Tampa's going to do is they're going to come out absolutely balls to the wall. I think they're going to try to just bury Montreal early and often, get out of the first period 2-3 nothing, and call it a day. I think I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the tactic that they would take, is to just put Montreal out of their misery early and take their heart out of the game. If we can get to the third period and we got a 1-goal game, that's when Montreal can start thinking, hey, maybe we could have could have, should have, maybe. You know what I mean? You don't want, if you're Tampa Bay, you don't want Montreal thinking maybe at any point past like 5 minutes into the game. After that, they'll parade around with the cup, and Vasilevsky will get the Conn Smythe, and we will be on to the postseason, which is just going to involve a ton more content. Football, hockey, the expansion draft, just a ton, just a big barrel of fun. Last thing I'll say before I go is I appreciate this has been a good year. I know I didn't do the first part of the season. That won't happen again, that's for certain. The only other thing I'll say in terms of off-season content, I have told everybody what I'm going to be doing, but there's one thing that I didn't mention. That is, if for some reason, I'm going to call them the knockers. If for some reason the knockers that are going to go door to door and start talking to people about certain shots, if they decide they're going to do that and it looks like they're going to show up at the house, I'm going to have multiple cameras set up and I'm going to completely do the entire thing as Crazy Bill regardless of what happens. So I hope they send the people out, because that I want to do. I got syringes. I mean, I can have a blast with it. So if they actually start knocking on the doors, that's going to be some high-level content coming your way. All right. No prediction for tonight. I would love to see a Game 6, but I'm not. Let's go, Montreal. Make it a game. Make it a game. I'm good with overtime tonight. That's the best I got. Well, per the usual, my prediction wasn't exactly accurate. I didn't see that coming. So we got no score after one. Montreal came to play. Now I'm not predicting Game 7 just yet, but what's the deal, Tampa? I thought you guys were going to come out and try to, do some whoop ass. And the fans in the stands, they're not exactly acting like there's a possibility of the cup coming out tonight. It's a really, really low-key crowd. And Tampa's just kind of like skating around. I mean, they're hitting. Everybody's hitting. It's a very physical first period. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not seeing desperation on Tampa's part at this point. I think they feel like they pretty much got this one in the bag. They're just waiting for Montreal to make a mistake and put one in the back of the net. But Carey Price is doing his best Vasilevsky impression. We might have a game. We might have a game here. right, so 1-0 Tampa after 2. Montreal's giving it. They're leaving everything out there on the ice. Tampa Bay's had quite a few chances and just not been able to connect until the one time. Montreal has had some chances and just not. It's off the heel of the stick, or the pass is just a little bit too far. They're just not quite getting it done. They're getting close. Caulfield had a few chances. He hit the post. It's going to be a hell of a third period, though. You know Montreal is going to give every last ounce of energy that they have. At Tampa Bay, they're just too good. And it could easily just end up 1-0 and be that close for Montreal. But move on to a possible last third period of the year. All right, Montreal. Now or never, man. Well, all right. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning. See? There. I said it. You win 2 in a row. That doesn't happen by accident. Clearly the best team in the league. I don't have to like it being the Panther fan, but that also doesn't mean that I don't hate Tampa, as some people have said. I'm just a Panther fan. But Montreal gave it. Look, you could tell by the end of the game there, they had no gas left in the tank. There wasn't one crisp pass, and I know that the ice was a bit choppy and everything, but Montreal basically had one move, which was put the same 2 lines back to back out there, dunk the puck in, and a hope. And a lot of their guys just were. I'm not saying they weren't playing hard, but I never really saw that real level of desperation from everybody. Saw a lot of guys kind of coasting a little bit, not really busting their ass, consistently moving their legs. And Tampa, they had that extra giddy up. The block shots are just ridiculous. Guys laying down in front of shots, just absolutely ridiculous. And then Vasilevsky again with the shutout to clinch a series. I haven't seen, but I'm sure he gets the Conn Smythe. So, well, congratulations. Like I said, look, this has been a hell of an interesting season. Nobody knew what to expect with the realignment of the divisions and the way that, we only played each other and we didn't play everybody outside the division. And I'm sure a lot of people would have rather seen Tampa in Vegas or Tampa in Colorado. I would have rather seen the Islanders and Canadiens. I think that would have been a better, longer series. The teams a little bit more evenly matched. That was, when I said that was the worst possible matchup, that's what I meant, was Tampa versus Montreal. Unless Tampa just slipped and tripped on themselves, which they kind of did in Game 4. If Kucherov doesn't hit the post, we don't have any of these discussions. So it would have been a sweep. So, this series was what it was. Unfortunately, for my first real deep playoff run in terms of doing recaps and everything, but that's okay. That's all right. We had a good time. Would have been nicer with Game 6, but Montreal just was not up to the task. And Carey Price had a hell of a game. Do not take anything away from him. He certainly played well enough for a team to win a cup, but the skill between the two, the difference in the skill between the two teams is just ridiculous. And Montreal just didn't have it. They kept throwing that Suzuki Caulfield line out there. And, when you're banking on young, inexperienced players, Caulfield's had a handful of games. That's not really a good strategy against a team getting ready to win their second cup. And they just didn't have it at the end. And no shame in that. They should be proud of the season that they had. They had the least amount of points of any team in the playoffs. And they made it to the finals and actually won a game. So, no shame there. All right. That was it. That was it for hockey season. That was it. Now we have, what is it? It is the 7th of July. Training camps will start 2 months-ish, right? We have the expansion draft. So, I'm going to be getting a ton of research. I'm going to be live streaming the entire expansion draft. That should be a blast. I have no idea how long that's going to be. I've tried to find out how long the last one lasted. If anybody could figure out, if anybody sees like how long it's actually going to be, that'd be great. I have to actually go back and look at the contest now because I wonder who picked the winning score. Because I think I had about a half dozen people that picked Tampa Bay in 5, and I wonder if anybody. I know I saw a couple of people pick shutouts. I think I saw somebody pick 1-0. I think somebody might have nailed the score, so I'll have to look at that. I will have a video out tomorrow, and then Stu and I will have, probably not tomorrow, probably the day after, we will have our series wrap-up video, you know, like the previews that we've been doing. And then it's just on to expansion draft. It's on to football previews. And a lot of Panther NHL content. See what goes on free agency during the off season. And I'm going to be continuing to do the live streams. Obviously not every night. I'm going to take a couple of nights off. And then probably around the weekend, well, I'll let you guys know when I'm going to have another live stream out. Check out the community posts. When you see that I make a community post, I'm usually letting you know about something that's coming out. So that was it. That was Hockey 21. And then we got Hockey 21-22 coming up. Hopefully a full 82 with the Panthers winning multiple rounds in the playoffs. That's how it's got to go next year. All right. Great year. Great year. A lot of fun. I know a lot of people didn't have a whole lot of interest in this final series. That's all right. Next year, when it's Panthers Avalanche, a repeat, there'll be a lot more interest. All right? Somebody's got to beat the Lightning. Somebody's got to take this team out. We can't have 3 in a row. That's enough. 2 is the limit. Okay? It's a 2-drink limit here. All right? All right, everybody. I appreciate all the support for the year. I'll see you again tomorrow.